Hey all, this is Anosis, and this is part 6 of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Master difficulty, we're gonna continue where we left off, so, I know there's not much combat we can do in the game so far, but, right, so yeah, we did save here. But as of that, you're of course not really properly able to deal with any sort of combat whatsoever, but here's the thing, right, so my plan is that we're gonna cast the yeah, basically put it there. I hope we are still chased by those enemies though, and we can actually abuse having like the guards with us and stuff like that. Now theoretically it might be possible to do like the Oblivion Gate and stuff like that, because I know that we can maybe deal with some of the enemies inside the Oblivion Gate. Now one thing we could try and do, of course, one thing we could try and do. Okay, so that's actually good. Now we can actually repair. I'm pretty certain we can repair now. Now, one thing we could try and search for though is that those stones, by the way, do those stones actually appear as actual like places on the map? Is the question, is that like will they like appear? So let's remove that. Remove it. So let's head back. Stuff that. So here's the thing, right? All of the stuff that we're doing now is basically like preparation, because eventually we are going to be able to defeat enemies, and it might not look like it now because like we die like super easily and stuff like that. And keep in mind we're almost at the maximum possible health just from endurance alone. But keep in mind that every level will still be like relevant and stuff like that. Now the thing that we need, of course, is to make some good enchants and stuff like that. So we need money, of course, obviously, and there are like a few places. There are technically like enemies in certain places that can give us good stuff. But because there are of course enemies in certain locations that are already like dead, or where there are certain like fixed treasures and stuff, that's yes. Now we could of course also make use of a bunch of like really defensive spells and stuff like that as well. So yeah. Because of course the thing that we really want to get to is that we want to wait 3 days somewhere and then return to where Farquaad is basically, and then loot the thing there, because then we can get the apples basically and stuff like that. What's a mercantile at, by the way? A mercantile is currently at 36k, good. So 50, you can buy and sell item 10 vendor. Mercantile also may go with even better items. And that's yes. Now we could of course go, of course, and change our difficulty, by the way, and stuff that. As I said, I'm only allowing it at a very specific point, so it's set to master now. But for example, when we did that rat thing in, what was it, in part 3? Something like that, maybe in part 4 or whatever, right? There was in one part, at least, we did, we did do the whole, we did do some stuff. So do we have anything we can sell? We do have a few things we could actually sell, probably. Yes, we're currently level 11, correct. I think that is incorrect, yes, we're still level 11. But we're very close on leveling, actually. There's something that's going on, but we're very close to leveling, actually. Actually, let's try this, by the way. Is it possible? Because these only last for how long? 15 seconds. But wait, how was it that... Yeah, we can do this. Cast a spell. Rest. Or wait, rather. Yeah, cast a spell. Rest. Cast the spell. Rest. Cast the spell.
Yeah.
Rest. Cast the spell. Rest. Or wait, rather. Cast the spell. Wait. Cast the spell. Wait. Right, and eventually once our conjuration is high enough, we will be able to do summons instead, and summons you can cast several times. Because conjuration is going to be the key, really. Most of that. Okay.
How do you do?
Okay. I know it's been pretty laggy when we do this and stuff that, you know, but still. Eventually this will give us soon a level as well here. We can level from this very, very soon. Now I forgot exactly what conjuration level we need to do the weakest summon, or to buy the weakest summon rather. Maybe the thing is just that we don't rely on custom spells and stuff that to show you that you can beat the game even without like custom spells. Okay, so it's 15 in conjuration. I think we are gonna probably reach 17 in conjuration before I forgot if I think it's 25 that you need to be in order to cast like the lowest conjuration spell or whatever, but yeah. Aren't there several conjuration spells we could set up though? Right, because this is Bound Dagger specifically. Right, so if we go and get more conjuration spells, then we could technically cast a bunch of different conjuration spells before we rest. Basically, we could cast like, because you can have several conjured items at once, of course, obviously. We need to go to the place, of course, obviously. Because this knife is, of course, how much damage is this? That's just a bound dagger. Because the one thing, of course, is that there will be like actual bound equipment. Like, for example, the headpiece is pretty decent. Of course, the headpiece, bound helmet here, but it's light armor, of course, which is fairly bad. But I believe that there are bound equipment, black stuff that is like, you know. Okay, upstairs.
Have you found? You mean that? I hate to ask. Please let us know when it is safe to take. We look forward to it. Please avenge my family's death. Gilbert should be able to slay the ogres.
Why was the audio so weird there? That was really odd. Let's read some books here. It is always worth to try and read, but because it's really hard to remember like what books you've already read and stuff like that, you know. Okay, so I think we go to the market district here now. I'm gonna check, is there any more bounce spells that we can get at this point?
You have my indexes.
Been better. How about you?
Hi.
What is it now?
What's going on with you?
I understand.
News from Alvis is terrible.
Recently,
Have you heard about the attack?
Servants have developed.
Let's see the discount spells here. Let's see the discount spells.
Edgar. Claudette. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Snowball is cost 10 points of damage. We could get a shield for 5%. Summon Scamp, yeah. Don't have enough magic, that costs 67. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem as well.
Goodbye.
What's my magic value? My magic value is actually pretty bad, right? Yeah, it's only 60.
What's your story? Ever bought enchanting supplies from Canada?
Yeah, let's check here. Did we have the... No, we didn't keep them more. The more
What
contest,
is
we
it?
didn't keep them.
What can I... Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
So we can get the bound bow that way. But that is too expensive.
What can I interest you in?
Okay, so a little some
That seems a fair
arrowroot.
price. That's a
Sell
good deal.
that book. Sell these. Sell $35 for some gold.
That seems a fair price. You drive a hard, fine trend. That's a fair deal.
Don't sell the
That's a
fire
fair deal.
souls.
A fine trend. That's a good deal. A fine trend. That seems a fair price. That's more than I'd usually... Thank
Go.
you. May I interest you in some of my... Good day.
Now that he has spells as well. Aim is high off.
Welcome. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
So we can cast Bound Gauntlets, Bound Greaves with that. Actually, they might be worth getting. So we're just gonna get armor. And soul gems with what in it, less so okay. Summon ghost, summon skeleton. Okay.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Yeah, let's get the bound helmet there. Skill level is still okay. Heal male wounds, we can actually cast that. We can actually cast that. Skill level too low, skill level too low.
A pleasure to... Goodbye.
So that's good, so that's up way better. Heal. That's restore 8, that's restore basically like... Heal male wounds. So how good is this helm? Is this a better helm? Or is it just the same? Yeah, both of them are light armor. Okay, so this is exactly the same. But for example, then we can do this. And that's of course way better because then we can cast both spells basically. So shortcut, actually bound helm, a bound dagger, heal melee wounds, and another adrenaline rush. There we go. So do this first. So rest, cast this spell, and then go this, cast this spell, rest, and then we cast this spell, and then we cast this spell, and then we wait, and then we cast this spell, and we cast this spell, and then we rest. Cast this spell, cast this spell, and then we wait.
I'm listening. Please, go ahead.
Cast this spell, and we cast this spell, and then we wait. Cast this spell, and then we cast this spell, and then we wait. This is basically doubling our effectiveness, basically, with getting the thing. Why are you rushing over here?
So, be seeing you.
Okay. Okay. Cast.
How are you?
Eventually this is going to be like really good eventually and stuff like that, you know. Even though we already have, of course, we already have the helmet part here. So that we already have one of these bound things. We have of course bound bow. The best thing I'll do with all the bound stuff is if we go and decide to try and visit those shrines, for example. If we actually go and visit those shrines, then that is really good to do. So that's, yeah. Because once we can visit the 2 shrines, or I know where some of the shrines are at least, you know, I don't remember where all of them are. Most of that, but yeah, most of the shrines are very easy to find and stuff like that. Because we just need to go shrine hunting basically. Not resting yet though, I need to get it up to 25 first here, before we go rest. We might also get up intelligence so we can actually cast certain spells and stuff like that, you know. Okay, we're at 23 now. Right, bomb helm. Bomb dagger. Helmet. Bomb dagger. Bomb helmet. I kind of wish though that the markers that you could place, for example, that you could somehow place like multiple markers, and that would be really good, or that they would allow like more support for like the console version of the game. Okay, one more level. Use castles.
How do you do?
Both you.
Let's see. Do they change when you reach higher level on it? They change the spell
May
itself.
I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Yeah, you don't have enough magic, but that's 319 for a scamp. I forgot which is strongest. I know the scamp is pretty powerful actually and stuff that, you know. Let's get
Thank you.
scamp.
Good day.
What is it, citizen?
Right, and now we rest at the inn here.
Oh, have pity, sir.
The Merchant's Inn.
I got nothing to eat.
Let's rest at the Merchant's Inn.
How goes it?
Tidings, citizen. What? I do. Very good day.
On the left, okay. First one on the left. You actually have a proper bed for once. Nice. I wonder who's the regular that stays in this room. Yeah, actually, that's part of the Brotherhood quest, I think it is. So we can gain 1 luck. We can gain the 3 there, and now we can get 5 in something. Let's get 5 in intelligence. And I think that means now that we can cast it. Correct. We can cast Summon Scam. Hell. Okay, now we're cooking, boys. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, boy. Now we're cooking, man. Now we're cooking. Now we have a conjuration. Oh man, now we're basically saved. You might think that that's like ridiculous, and of course it is, because we need to level up more now, so we can have a larger mana pool now. The Magicka pool is now like super important all of a sudden. So that like it's just going to be super important that we, you know, that we summon this a bunch of times now. Because you can see here this spell is very expensive, so that means that we level very quickly from casting this actually. So that, and of course the higher our skill level goes in conjuration, basically the higher tier of the summons we can get and stuff that. Although I forgot exactly what all of the like more powerful spells are. There is basically like a church somewhere, I believe it is, where one of the characters is kind of almost like a necromancer for whatever reason. I've forgotten what town that is, like, basically, but yeah. Okay, so 29 conjuration. Yes, okay, so what's our mana pool at? Our mana pool is now at 7th, okay. Yeah, and of course, and keep in mind, right, that it's getting cheaper now. Cheaper and cheaper to cast. We want to get to a point where we can cast this spell at least twice. Because the spell is only 20 seconds, of course, which is not that great. Stuff that, but eventually, of course, the spell does get cheaper, of course, as our level increases and stuff that, or our like skill in it increases and stuff that, you know. Meaning, of course, as our skill increases, getting the other summons will actually be easier and stuff that. And I said normally that I wanted this to be a melee build, but it seems like it's not going to be possible, not yet anyway, actually make it a melee build. We were eventually gonna try and go for making it a melee build and stuff like that, but we will need powerful and enchanted weapons in order to make that a possibility and stuff like that. So. How much is the spell now? Now the spell is 56, okay. Still. The next really big reduction I think is at 35 or something like that, maybe. Yeah, 33. So about casting it like thrice is a... Or was that another conjuration level? Is it every 2 casts? No, it's every 3 casts, I think it is. But sometimes it also gets a bit delayed. Okay, 34. I'm gonna go to 35 now because we're not gonna spend too long doing this, you know, stuff that because, you know, it gets a bit boring, you know, me casting the spell over and over. But this is what you really should be doing, like in order to raise conjuration and stuff that, like conjuration is used super important and stuff that, you know. There we go, so now it costs 54, like down from like 56 or whatever, right? So it's still expensive, but you know, yeah. How much cash do we have left? We have 419. We could sell some iron gauntlets, but that's pretty much it. All the stuff we can sell. Now the question is though, is the timer that this lasts, is it long enough for it to be like, for it to, you know, that's the main question, right? Will it be long enough to be, you know, useful enough? It's locked. So wait, is it night now? So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Oh, that's only going to be 6. Seven, 8. Let's see if the shop has changed there a bit.
What have you heard? Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Okay, you still can have the same stuff. You have water breathing now though. Still protect. 419 though, so you know.
Goodbye.
I really want to check out the armor shop though, or the workshop. Let's check in case there are better armors now.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something.
That's another dwarven craze. That's a dwarven helmet, which you already have. That's a dwarven shield, which you already have. 45 blunt, 45 blade, 45 heavy armor. Steel boots. You already have steel gauntlets. Which we do not have Salian gauntlets, by the way. So we have steel boots and steel greaves. So those are the ones that needs replacing.
Thank you for your business. Bye.
Let's see the light armor. Do you have something new? Do you have mithril perhaps at this point? We have chainmail low. No mithril yet.
Good day.
I mean, if we happen to come across mithril, that would be a big deal.
How do you do?
Let's actually check out slash and smash. See if there are better stuff
Go
now.
on. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Oh, Elven short sword. That does count as a bladed weapon, but that damage by that is affected by agility, not strength. Fancy claymore. Silver dagger, silver longsword is 8 damage. That is, yeah. But we still get 9 damage from the Elven short sword. We still get fucking 9 damage from it. I forget. Right, we cannot afford it. It's 569 for that. How much is it for the silver longsword? 223. Yeah, that's still a big upgrade. Silver longsword, here we go. So the iron longsword, boom.
I appreciate. Leave me alone.
Here we go. For silver longsword, there we go. Oh, we have silver, which should also make us way more effective against magical stuff. You know, I should have actually, that was actually dumb on me. I should have actually checked for, we should have checked for fighting chance here. Because fighting chance might have something way better and stuff that, you know.
Welcome. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Wow, my short sword. Still claymore, still dagger, still hammer, still longsword. But that's good.
Farewell.
We now have like 2 more damage on our weapon. It's a pain in the ass. So wait, do we go to the arena? Let's go to Leavin. This is probably where a certain person took their name from. A certain Drana Beastmaster Hunter. Pretty certain. Okay. Isn't there a way to untrack a quest? Because, yeah, yeah, I know that there is one that is very, very close to somewhere around here. Or something, you know. So let's head toward Telepe first here. Because, of course, the more like locations we can find, like the better and stuff that, you know. And of course, eventually we want more like willpower as well, so that's Telepe discovered. That's good. Let's discover the White Stallion Lodge. Okay, White Stallion Lodge discovered. I think we need to go to the other side actually here. Almost 5 hours in Alien, you know. We haven't done much combat except for the stuff, but keep in mind right that the whole bound stuff, if we can get the full like bound like sets and stuff that if we can get a full set of the bound stuff, then that will be like really good stuff that if you can happen to find all of the bound stuff. Now, it is a bit sad, of course. Mud crab, we can fight you! Mud crab, absolutely no problem. No problem. Can cast a little bit of a restoration spell. Oh, that's a bit so it's really sexy with powerful. Yeah. Right, and we should actually probably put that scamp. Shortcuts, put scamp there. Put heal major wounds. Put that there. Put adrenaline rush there. And we put clever ones there. There we go. Good. Keep in mind that you can put weapons there as well and stuff like that. There's the Million's Tomb, which was for a certain quest as well, so yeah, we know. Because here's the thing, right? There are certain places that you can go to early on and get like really insane armor, like very early on, because there are certain places that have like tougher enemies and stuff that, you know, even if you go there early on. It's a crab battle! That is still very important to like increase our like stuff. This Million's Tomb. I'm pretty certain it's almost at the Black Marsh area here. So that's so Black Marsh is of course where the Argonians are from. Morrowind is where the Dunmer is from. Skyrim is where the Nords are from. Hammerfell, I think, are the orcs. Maybe not. Valenwood, of course, is where the Bosmer is from. Elsevier, I think that's High Elf, right? Elsevier is High Elf. Hammerfell might actually be the orcs. There's the Blanken Marsh, I do remember that. Because we have found, of course, a bunch of locations on our map character and stuff like that, and also, you know. Keep in mind, of course, that we want to get into combat, of course, once we found another, like, conjuration place and stuff like that, you know. Fourth double cross, probably. Of course, finding a lot of locations is of course important because that just makes it so that traveling around just becomes so much easier if you like if you do a bunch of exploring immediately, like early on and stuff that, you know. Please, let me summon. Let me summon, please. Please let me summon. Why can't I cast a spell yet? Here we go. Go spell. Aldida! Blarg, 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 blarg. Blarg, 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 blarg. Blarg. That's actually bad. Because now we're 1 hour further away again. How bad is it? How further away are we? God, piss. Piece. Peep! Piece of peep! And this is even before we did a summon scamp. Boom. Heal mig. Heal maja wounds. Hade den lille dusch. Clairvoyance. Okay, fine then. Maybe we should have gone on horse. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes like raisin with a stock of its meat. It seems for plain and then it turns back again. With the tube on its winky. That's the way do you think so? So let's go to a minion soon, but actually let's go to the boat here. I saw a chest here. Absolutely worthless. And we'll swim over, of course, to the minion zoom again. And right, we can go further right there actually. I think it's maybe more down to the south there. I know that there is one stone that is supposed to be on the island somewhere, maybe like here. Somewhere near Anvil, maybe. Can't summon while in water. With one shot at it, yeah. Look how cute it is. Yeah, a lot of the summons are actually from the demon realm and stuff that, which, you know, kind of makes sense, you know. Okay, to Oblivion, huh? What? Why didn't I know about this, huh? Wait, there is a gate that appears early here. This could actually be huge here if we can kill some stuff here. Bomb. Right, that's the thing. It can cast spells. Come on, we can do this. You take the dinosaur. We better walk the dinosaur. Run, run, run. Heal. We don't have magic enough to heal. Ah. I mean, we should have also had like the lower. We should have gone with the low one. God damn it. Then another rush, please. Yes. We got more health. You son of a biglis. Killed one. That was not a good idea. Wait. Where's that guard? Run away. So what this is light, right? Light armor, light armor, light armor. Light armor, light armor, light armor. So I mean, if we want to go full light armor, we could. Please God help. Guard. Yeah, attack it. God damn it, guard! Aha. Thank you, Mr. Guard. Oh, I almost died there. Because that adrenaline rush just stopped. Repair, yes. Maybe. You know, that could be something we could go and actually do. They were so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Wearing this. You are so beautiful. Our heavy armor is at 60. Yeah. So now we're wearing full light. We're in full light now. And now theoretically the other helm would be better to wear instead of that, but where's the rats again? Where exactly? What city is it? Anvil. Correct, yes. So let's turn to Anvil, and yeah, and we can abuse the thing. We can abuse the thing to level our light armor up. We can go inside a person's house. The person that needs help. No,
Yes.
no, not Pinaris Inventus. I know that the Pinaris Inventus is the guy that we need to visit, but Gogan. Oh, there's Quillweave's house, but Quillweave is not who we want to visit. I mean, yeah. John's Arms. Renatelas, yeah. There we go. Go inside the basement again. Go inside the basement. Do the setup right. Now you could use punch them, by the way. And stuff that should work as well. But we attack first here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go here and we set this down to novice. Yes, do you want severe thing? Yes, confirm. And now it is at the novice. And yeah. Now we'll stand here. So 2 rats, 3 and 4 rats. And we'll raise our light armor this way and so that, and then we might actually change it for heavy armor as well. If we can get it up to 60, that would of course be great. It goes way faster when everything you wear is the same part, you know, stuff like that. So I'm not taking much damage at all. It's just of course really, really good, but yeah. I definitely feel like this would be worth it and stuff like that now. So the more hits they get in, of course, the quicker it will level up. How much armor do we have left? Yeah, it's not degrading that quick. I thought mud crabs more fearsome than you. So what we got, heavy armor up to 60. Okay. Now we can level up. We get to 50 first. Okay. What can we change? So we can now set on the heavy stuff. Now we're wearing full heavy. And now let's boost up the heavy now. To at least 75. That's a good place, but it's something that people figured out pretty quickly in the original Oblivion and stuff like that. Because I mean, you could just go on hardcore as long as you don't have like vibrations on or whatever, right? I mean, it doesn't really vibrate here now and stuff like that. I don't know if vibration is bugged out and stuff like that because there's only very few things that vibrate and stuff like that. So yeah. I'm going to gangbang. So why is this one so expensive? Because that's 25 points. Because our restoration is what? And our restoration isn't that bad, really. And keep in mind, of course, as our stat goes higher and higher, that means that we're gaining more and more armor from our armor, meaning we're going to take less and less damage, basically, and stuff like that as well. Because we're at max stat with both endurance and strength. Meaning next level up, of course, we can get another point in luck. For example, we can get another point in luck next level. And we can go 4 in intelligence, for example, and then 4 in probably in willpower. That's not lighting right now. I think that was off. Yeah, come on and hit me! That's something we can't keep good. Keep in mind, it's up to you how long you want to do this, right? You can, of course, raise both the armors up to maximum here. Let's actually save just in case. Because imagine, right, if we would crash and we had spent a long time doing this, for example, like, you know. So now we're at 70 heavy armor. 75 is the next milestone. Fucking flies around the candle. Okay, riveting gameplay, everyone. Very riveting. But this is gonna be really, really useful here. Because if we get 75, that's the lower encumbrance, right? Yeah, 25 will be no longer encumbers you as much. And for light armor, though, at 75, light armor, you wear no longer encumbers you at all. And then the last thing makes it so that light armor is just as good as heavy armor is basically pretty much. As long as all the pieces you wear is light armor. Come on, little fella, help your friends. Unleash your anger. I'm getting pummeled. One more skill level, please. There we go. I want to cast a healing spell once before I switch over to light armor here. So that means that now it should weigh way lighter now. And now we switch to light armor only. Okay. There's all the light armor pieces. Were we at 50 even? We're at 50k and now I need to get up to 75 now. What are you waiting for? Attack! You definitely want to try and get hit by all four whenever possible, but sometimes it's just stupid, one of them more or less aggressive. Or should we make another part? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you all will enjoy this and stuff that, and maybe I will do some of this grinding just off screen and stuff that, you know, just in order to get it high enough, and stuff that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. Yeah. Time is still running, but only 8 or 6 seconds left.